Hi, this is Virginia. I own the Yellow Farm in upstate New York, and I thought it would be an interesting thing to do today to talk to you about locks and how to even begin to decide what locks you might want to use for your spinning. I'm going to concentrate on the very beginning lock spinners and core spinners who are trying this for the first time. The folks that have done this a little bit will go off on their own and figure out exactly what they want to do, and the variations are infinite. But for those of you who have never done any lock spinning or core spinning with locks or tail spinning, I thought it might be helpful to talk about how to get started. I would suggest now we breed and raise Wensleydales and Teeswaters, which are lovely luster longwool sheep, and I have a selection here of that fiber. Now, both of those sheep, I'm not going to tell you which is which on the table here because it really doesn't matter. I have some Teeswaters that look like this and some Wensleydales that look like this. The fiber is sometimes impossible to tell the difference between and sometimes not. Those breeds are being established in this country, so it's a little difficult to make wide sweeping generalizations at this point. Anyway, so I have three different types of fiber here, lock structure here. I've washed them all lightly. They still have a lot of lanolin in them, but you can see this bunch has a very definite curl, it tends to separate itself into individual locks. It's very silky and shiny, which is a wonderful thing. It gives a lovely texture. This one you can see also has a beautiful lock structure, but you can also see in there that there's a bit of fuzz, which is a good thing if you're going to start lock spinning or core spinning for the very first time. Might not be something you want later on, but we're talking about just getting started and trying to choose some fiber that will work for you the best at the very beginning. This fleece is what we're going to choose to work with today. And the reason is that it has a beautiful lock structure. If you pull it out, you can see these locks are lovely. They bounce back. They're shiny and curly and silky. But the other thing, it doesn't have a very, very tight curl. And this fiber is not falling apart completely into individual locks like this one is. I hope you can see the difference there. So I'm going to move these two to the side and show you why I'm choosing this for the first time to play with. One of the reasons is because if you pick up a piece like this, okay, you can really easily open it. And not only open it, but can you see how it stays fibrous in there? All those fibers are going to make this really easy to grab when you're spinning. So if you're, this is not particularly good to open up like this if you're going to tail spin. But we're going to start with lock spinning and core spinning today. So this is what you look for. I mean, you can see it's really easy to open up. It has a lovely lock structure, so you'll see some of that in your spinning. But there's all that fibrous business that's going on in there. When you open it, all those little fibers are going to grab together when you're spinning and make it a lot easier for you. So again, for you're starting out, you're experimenting, this is a great type of fleece to use that you can really pull open easily. And this is the way we're going to prep it for spinning. We're just going to gently open it up like this so it doesn't feel lumpy. If you feel lumps in it, you know, when you're feeling through it, it's just a clump of locks, and just gently open them up. They should open easily like this. You don't have to do too much more than that. You don't want it to look like roving, but you do want it to feel to slip easily through your fingers when you're starting to spin this. And again, this is for folks who have never done this before. So here's a clump, and I can feel if I'm spinning that clump is going to really bother me, particularly if I haven't done it before. So to make it easy on yourself, kind of like if you remember the first time you spun, you probably did a lot of pre-drafting of your roving just to get started. Well, this is a little like that. You're doing some pre-drafting of these locks so that they're soft and they open and they're grabby. They have a lot of that nice fiber in between. All right, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the spinning wheel, and I'm going to show you how to begin to play with these.